Before we start, let me tell you a story. I was scrolling Instagram, just looking at silly videos and the like, and I got a post recommendation because I was deep in a musical rabbit hole. This post was a simple, "Hey, my commissions are open." I saw this one artist, and I've never fallen in love with an art style so quickly. I later ended up getting a full body art as reference and even commissioned other pieces, including this meme image with my channel mascot Briar and a very personal photo of now what's a defunct podcast. It still remains my desktop background. Why do I talk about this? Well, that artist was Rambu Story, who was showcasing something else other than just commissions, a few original characters from a very special project, musical papers. Hey, this is the cyber jokingly threatens the audience part of the video, so if you haven't seen musical papers yet, why are you here? Like, my theatre will be back up for you, you can come back, but like, go blow watch it, please, alright? You back? You back? Yeah, you back? I may have a little bit of rose-tinted glasses, as I followed this project heavily as it grew. I'm a theatre kid through and through, and I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot of shows, and was raised in a certain musical era on YouTube. This isn't just an animatic like we've seen before from Rambu and other musical animatic channels. Also, Rambu's previous animatics, we have to quickly mention, is incredible, and it tells a bit more story about the musical papers, and also I can't wait for Beetlejuice in the West End. Oh, okay. I want to clarify this. I've got nothing against animatics. I believe that animatic is the backbone of what makes some of the top musicals and some underrated, undiscovered musicals get that cult following online. Here today, we're talking about musical papers, and it's where we get to see years of work to create something that's just breathtaking. Musical Papers follows the story of Eugene, a Ratian musical theatre student who dreams of a single role, one that students perform every year at the prestigious Lily Piper University. You see, in this world, the Pied Piper story is a little bit different from what we know. It's not an evil corporation that runs a demonic TV show, nor does he appear in Shrek Forever After. Those are the only two references I think my audience will understand. I could blather on and say like, oh there's a version where he's an alien, it's a child-friendly version of It, named Elijah Spellman, where he kidnaps children to feast on their and their parents' fear. He's also played by the guy from The Chase, and he's probably where the source of my fear of clowns is from. Anyway, the tale of the Pied Piper in this play is set during the 19th century, where magic is a belief few had. Hamlin was split in two. The Ratian locals and the industrial immigrants, those who wanted to erase Hamlin to their own vision, which included the construction of a dam to control the riverways. One stowaway alongside these immigrants was the Piper, a traveller under the skies who meets with Dawson, a Ratian local who wishes to become a composer, although her situation meant she struggled to turn that dream into reality. It's the power of these two together, the magic created with their music to stop the mayor's plan from destroying the town, to make way for the factories that would take their stead. However, Eugene's dream of being the Piper is shunted away by a simple fact. In the real world, she would never be allowed to be the Piper because of what she is, a Ratian. She makes friends with a fellow student, Wendy, a constant encouragement and support to her. Although the world changes to make things seem impossible, Eugene pushes onward to perform the role of her dreams, whether people wish to see her or not. It doesn't matter what they think, she is there to perform, and that's exactly what she does with Wendy by her side. Of course, before we analyse the story, we must stop ourselves from just gushing and spending the rest of the time gushing over the animation. A quick shout out to those in the credits listed, as we have to mention like everyone that worked on this. Just I'll keep the list here. Is just how the credits are directed, as if they're bows. The art style is very me-coded and it's appealed to me directly. Like the whole short is blocked out, so it's like every camera angle felt like reality, like a world which felt like just the world felt lived in. and it shifts to the world of the stage, where everything's just much more fluid and dreamlike. And damn, the water physics! Like, I would have to rewatch this moment over and over again, and honestly, it gets emotional over this entire musical number. Like, some moments where you just don't even notice the 3D environments because they blend so well together that it wasn't too jarring. And just like a river, each movement flowed like as if ever I was watching an actual performance. It felt real. Oh yeah, this short does something I feel like a lot of shorts do lack. You see, when it comes to pilots and shorts on YouTube, a focus is always on animation. Of course, you need to have quality, you have to take priority, but it does feel like sometimes audio takes a sideline. We have to give flowers to Marisa May, who played Eugene, and Dawn Bennett, who played Wendy. And not only a fantastic performance, but the vocals during Heart of a River just gives it just as a grand stage moment. It's a moment where applause is necessary. It's the will of the stage to let the moment bask, and man, can't wait to add this to my playlist and just listen to it over and over. Ambience and sound effects are seen as little to something you can just leave to the last moment. But musical papers think otherwise. After all, it's set around a musical. If the sound is just thrown away, it's like having tea without a tea bag. The core of the piece is lost. Simple sounds like the movement of clothing, how the characters speak, the noise pollution of the street, or even just white noise, just ever so common in backstages. I do want to take this moment and quickly give an example of how powerful pipers makes a scene can be with just a little bit of audio. Not this scene. We can analyse how Heart of a River tells the entire tale of the musical, and it's this moment here. Here's it without audio. Here's it with audio.
Character in their show.
That guttural hit that hit the boxes, that blends the almost fetal position that Eugene has left, allowing the audience to feel the physical defeat of the character in the moment. Speaking of feelings, we need to talk about the story, and it's one that some theatre fans know quite well. You see, in theatre, you can pick up a mask and perform. You can be anything. Great God, a woman struggling with an upcoming motherhood, or even a demon straight from hell. It should be a place where anyone can be welcomed, where if you have talent for a role, you can fit in. And you can just go for it. However, there are those that are ignored for roles just because they are different. Just being on the list is important. Letting them take a step rather than tripping them up before anything begins. If we just stayed in the binary, we wouldn't have some of the greatest versions of characters. People often forget that Shakespeare experimented with gender, allowing men in drag to perform simply to get past rules that women weren't allowed to perform on stage. You know those rules? They're meant to be broken. Because women did perform on stage. Because they disguise themselves as men, who disguise themselves as women, disguise themselves as men, disguise themselves as women. You get my point. Defying what is normal is what theatre is. It's an escape from the outside world. You know what you're watching isn't real, and that is the point. If you, as an actor, can simply make the audience believe you are a completely different person than who you really are, you are a magician, and you have managed to achieve your spell. So many stories you can tell using a different mask. As an audience member, you can watch these stories unfold. You can watch someone who's worked and worked for years be taken down by the one person they saw as an equal out of pure jealousy. Why? Why would they do this? Simply, they wished for a chance. An opportunity to be the one in charge, to be greedy, power-hungry megalomaniac who will stop at nothing to have it all. Wait, I think this is the wrong footage. This might be Hamilton. Oh wait, wrong video. Like the runner-up to Avenue Q says, everyone deserves a chance to fly, and Musical Pipers is flying free, taking the spotlight and defying what can be possible. Hey, thanks for watching. Before we wrap up, I need to mention the whole Musical Piper story can be found on Rambu's webtoons page. and where you can understand more about these characters and a few other ones that don't make appearance in the short, and learn why this short itself is a medley of all these years of work, and go show them some love. Anyway, time to close the curtain on this show. From my theatre, hope to see you next time.